I like to talk about entrepreneurship that matters. We're going to look at some elements of why entrepreneurship is such an important factor in today's world. And this is the key to how we're going to look at emerging leaders as well. Entrepreneurs basically are emerging leaders. So in the past, there is this stigma about entrepreneurs only caring for themselves. And all they care about is making more money and increasing in balance sheets, Then basically, that idea or the perception of entrepreneurship is changing now. Entrepreneurship now is about looking into what works long term. It's about sustainability. It's about how they grow the business and how, importantly, they support their businesses. This is not about CSR or charity. We're not talking about entrepreneurs giving away money, giving big donations. We're talking about entrepreneurs that actually is going to make a difference in the community, supporting the community, and doing things and producing services, producing products that actually will enhance the well-being of human being or the community in which they do their businesses. Let's start by asking ourselves, what can you do? What can we do to help foster entrepreneurship that matters? You can help foster entrepreneurship that matters in quite a number of ways, okay? You have to look at how you as an individual, as a mentor, as a coach, can do in terms of helping develop entrepreneurship and creating opportunities, mindset, and attitude towards entrepreneurship. The future is promising. We're looking at digital transformation, disruption, and changes in attitudes, social fabrics, and so on. Although this may all sound very threatening, but it is actually a new paradigm that is actually making the world a better place. Today, we have more information, more freedom, more ability to make our own decisions than ever before in history. So the future is promising. The question is, where do you fit in? And what is your role? How can you, as an entrepreneur, help shape its future? Let's start by considering the redefinition of entrepreneurship. I'd like you to consider this. How we can use entrepreneurship as a tool for social and economic advancement. This is what I like to look at and see what we can, as individuals, do. Let's start by, looking at certain entrepreneurs to start with. Let me ask you, who is your favorite entrepreneur? Is it him, the famous Jack Ma? Or is it this one? Of course, we know, Steve Jobs. But what about this one? It's a peddler, a food peddler on the street of Thailand, of Bangkok. And this one. Okay? It is actually the entrepreneurs you never heard of, the ones with no resources, no support, and no hope. Consider this group of entrepreneurs. Okay? These entrepreneurs have no resources, no support, no hope, and yet she gets up every day and keeps trying because she wants to make a difference. These are the entrepreneurs driven by something much bigger than money, something much bigger than themselves. Okay? They are driven by a purpose. They have a dream to make a difference, to make a world a better place. Looking at examples from the pictures which you saw just now, they are out doing what they can to make a living, maybe to support their families, to make a better life of themselves, to make something out of themselves in the community, be able to serve the community, provide a service or a product or whatever they can to make the world a better place, and basically to improve their standard of living as well. So they are actually driven by a dream to want to make a difference and to make the world a better place. So ask yourself this: what is your purpose? What will your legacy be? Most of you here are mentors and entrepreneurs yourself. Okay? You have the ability and the opportunity to influence others. I would like you to consider this. When we are training or we are talking to entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs to be, let us consider this. When you start a business, perhaps we should look at the business itself and quit chasing the money first. Okay? Instead, let us chase the excellence instead. Nurture an understanding that whatever we're doing, whether we are providing a service, whether you are selling food on the street, or making the best shoe or product, consider the excellence of what you're going to bring for your consumers. The creativity, the innovation, the dedication you're going to put in. Once you chase excellence, give them what you have. You heard this before. The money will find you. When you produce something good, excellent service, or something that the community needs, the customers comes back. Today, if you go and see a VC, investors will basically ask you, well, what is your exit strategy? But I'd like you to consider this. I would like to know what is your entrance strategy. Because I see quite a number of startups, and they make their presentations, and investors at the same time have short-term money. They come in, they want to make a quick return on their money, which is absolutely fair. They always ask for a strategy. But my question is, what are you going to exit? Because at that point, all you have is a presentation. Are you just going to exit your presentation? You have no business yet. Until you build it, you cannot really focus on the exit strategy. Your entrance strategy allows you to basically look at how you're going to start a business, how you're going to serve the community, how you can be inclusive of what's going on in your community with your customers, and what role you want to play. These are the important things. Entrepreneurs need to start a business or run a business where they're actually serving the community. The community needs come first, and that is the main thing that we should be nurturing our entrepreneurs to be. In your case, we must understand that the entrepreneurs of today are the architect of a better world. Okay? So my question to you is, what are you building to shape the future? What are we going to do for Thailand? What is the attitude towards business? How are we going to help nurture this group of young people, this group of entrepreneurs, to make a better life? I would like to start by looking from your perspective rather from the other's perspective, by asking yourself a couple of questions. What is your goal in life? Do you want to live a life of passion and purpose and not be a slave to the paycheck? There's nothing wrong with having a paycheck. There's nothing wrong with having a salary or a job and so on. But you would have to consider the benefits of having a life of passion, a purpose, that you're actually doing something, that you're contributing to your family, to your community, and to your country, and basically the world as a whole. Now, there is no shame in making money. I really support this idea. There's basically money, you should make money whenever it's possible, but how do you make it? The attitude and your approach to it is just as important. Money solves a lot of problems. Okay? There is no shame in making money, but the shame is not using your money to help others. Consider what you can do in this situation. But there are some people who say, I have no money, how can I help? Okay? The most valuable thing in the world is not money. It is not gold or diamond or bitcoins or whatever. Yeah. The most valuable thing is your time. Time and attention is the most precious gift that you can give or receive from anyone. My challenge to you is this: entrepreneurs need mentorship more than they need money. Okay? Investors can give you all the money you need, but if you don't have the right idea, you don't have the right mentorship, you don't have the right attitude, you don't have the right entry strategy, that money will just go to waste. What you need first is the right guidance, the right mentorship, the right advice, the proper introduction, and the right context, and the right approach to the whole thing. That is what makes the difference. Then, with or without the money, you can move on and make something out of it. Okay? Make a commitment to be a mentor, or even find a mentor yourself. At this present moment, entrepreneurs all over the world are actually showcasing their talents in support of building an entrepreneurial culture. And many are solving some of the world's most pressing challenges, such as poverty, healthcare, inequality, and basically access to information. I would like you to be part of it. Consider being part of it. Okay? So entrepreneurship that matters is about you, your role, and also your involvement in the community, in the businesses, in the society, and in the area, in the group of people they're involved in. Consider it, be part of it, and consider entrepreneurship that matters. Let us look into innovation practices, because in today's world it is so evident. There's so much disruption going on. People are talking about creativity, talking about reinventing themselves, re-engineering, and innovating new opportunities and business models. Let's look at best practices on innovation for SMEs and startups. To be more competitive, to be ahead of the game in your industry, you need to be innovative. Let's look at what innovation is. Basically, it's taking something that is existing and transforming it into something that creates wealth or the well-being of society, or both. Okay? It always starts with an idea. You may have an innovative idea, an approach. You may create something new, but basically, it needs to start from an idea. Invention is turning money into ideas. And innovation is basically turning your ideas into money. Okay? So if you already have an existing business or services, and basically you want to be able to monetize it, you need to be innovative in the market to know what the customer wants. This is how you create opportunities for yourself and as a business. Innovation is also about new things. It's about new products, new technology. There's a lot of gadgets coming out. There are new models of cars and electronic gadgets that are coming out all the time. New ideas coming out. There's also reinvention of old ideas, old services. People are reinventing themselves. Innovation is also about developing or the development of new products through improvements. Okay? These are the things that basically, make innovation effective. Basically, if you look at a human being, there are basically 5 senses. If you talk about innovation, there are new things that we can sense. Innovative idea, we look at new, idea, new sites, how things are being designed and so on. So it's just, innovation in, visual arts and so on. The other area is, through our listening, music is changing. Innovative ideas are changing. So our senses are filled with new ideas, a new way of looking at things. That's another innovation. We have also innovation in taste, food. There's a term now, fusion food. People are mixing Thai food with Japanese food. There's Japanese Thai food. There's Western food, French food. The whole idea is that people are innovating things are for the senses. Touching, for example, virtual reality. We have experiences where you are sensing new idea, new environment. Basically, through virtual reality, you are able to sense situation. Even through smell, You can actually smell something through the internet. They invented a gadget whereby someone from far away can actually come up with a smell, and through a gadget you can actually smell whatever is coming through the internet, through this machine and so on. Now, anything that actually affects the senses is an opportunity for you to improve on and to innovate. We are also talking about new things. We're talking about new models, new business models, and so on. So these are the areas of development that innovation comes in. If you look at the categories of innovation, they are disruptive innovation, new ideas, new business, how we disrupt the whole industry. We have earlier talked about how, online music, like how the iPod disrupted the whole music industry, the whole CD distribution industry. We also talk about, about situation whereby now, we have disrupted industry in the airline, in the transportation, and so on. So many disruptions are coming out, and many companies are becoming very aware that disruption could come in and kill off an entire industry unless they do something about it. The other category is incremental innovation. Now, this is the most common, because when you already have a product or you have a service, you can actually improve on the product and service. So a lot of research and development, a lot of brainstorming, a lot of new testing of new ideas, where you actually incrementally build in new innovation into the product or services to make it more attractive, to make it more, to bring in something new factor into the whole aspect of your product or services. And there's obviously lateral innovation, whereby you already have existing product and you start building up into other related products. And you have the you have the cell phone, and then you have the pocket Wi-Fi's and whatever products. For example, you have the tablet, and then you have the tablet pen, and all the other, your Bluetooth, headphones, and so on. These are all lateral development, innovation that actually supports existing line of innovative products. Let's look at why some individuals and some companies continue to achieve excellence. There are companies that stay where they are in terms of their services and product, very little change. But there are individuals and companies that actually achieve excellence by creating new products and services into the market. They're reinventing themselves all the time. So what are the things that these companies or individuals doing that others are not, that put them ahead of the game?